Hi! So I had originally a completed video planned for the buck moon, but I'm feeling very insecure because I'm being a perfectionist about the footage. So today I'm just going to refresh my emotions by sewing and doing whatever I want. So let me just show you what I'm doing today. So you've seen the title. I am making let me get the pillow. I have these pillows, which are very soft. They kind of feel like mochi pillows, and they match with one of my duvet cover sets, but they don't match with the other. So I have one duvet cover that is like black and white, and then the sheet set with it is black, and I use that for the bed when I'm menstruating, and so this matches perfectly with it. But my main duvet cover and sheet set is like, it's white and it's sort of this pastel sea foam, and this doesn't go with it. So today I am making a pillowcase cover for it by recycling or reusing or upcycling or whatever word you use, some old pillowcases that I had stored away. So let's go over that. So these are the pillowcases I'm using, and these I have had since college when I lived in the dorms, and I just haven't used them anymore. I have, grown up adult sets and whatnot. Not that I've grown out of this color, but that I have like completely matching sheet sets and everything like that. And so I've kind of just put this away into sort of my excess fabric stash. So anytime there's something that, like a t-shirt that's kind of dingy, I put it over there because I can always use that for scrap fabric later on, and it comes in handy like now. So I have this, and I wanted to make a new pillowcase out of it. And I saw this at the secondhand store, the thrift store, and I decided that I would do, there you go, this as the front and then this as the back. So we're doing sort of an envelope pillowcase cover. So I do want to give you some information and sort of teach you a little bit, and not just, hey, come see with me what I'm doing today. So some tips about pillowcases are the best way to use the fabric based on how the pillowcase is sewn. I'm going to elaborate what I mean by that by using these two pieces of construction paper that I've cut out in advance. A pillowcase is just a sheet of fabric that has been folded over in one direction and then sewn. So one of the ways is like this. It can be a long strip, and then it just gets folded over at the bottom and then sewn along the sides. I don't know if it's too bright. I'm going to bring this closer. I have drawn on some dots. Editing me is going to have a pain in the ass. Editing this out. Why couldn't you just get it all in one take? Why couldn't you do it in advance? Because I forgot. And that's where it would be sewn along the left and right sides. And the other way is that it will be more square, and it'll be folded over this way, and then it'll be sewn along the bottom and then the side. So those are the two basic ways that pillowcases are sewn. And depending on which way it's sewn will dictate how much fabric you have to use in what direction. So obviously this one is very long, but it's thin. There's not a lot of width there. So you have to be, aware of which one you have when you're using it. Those two are the most common ways when we have sort of like a mono piece of fabric. There are definitely ones where it's just like two different pieces of fabric sewn onto each other. And that's usually if there's one pattern on one side and one color on another side. And I actually have one over here that'll show that. So this was a matching piece that I found. So this is this side, and then this is this side. It's just plain pink. And they are just sewn on one on top of the other. And I'm gonna only use the hearts one. All right, so what we need to do is now take apart the seam so we can open up our pillowcase to that piece of fabric like I showed you and use it. For that, I'm gonna use a seam ripper. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of an overview on how to use a seam ripper properly. Most beginners, and I did this when I was like very young, 9 years old, I didn't quite understand how to use a seam ripper, right? Is they will stick it in, pointy side, one stitch at a time, where what you want to do is basically, I'm going to use the pointy side to make the first break. Then I'm going to get this in, and it should really like roll across. You know when you're cutting like gift wrapping paper and you just get that glide? That's how this should work. So, all right, so can you see it? Maybe? All right, there you go. And I've just now ripped that seam. All right, I have ironed out my pieces as best as possible, and my pillow is 22 inches in diameter. So now I just need to do some math and figure out if I can get two 22-inch circles out of this. All right, I have the circle cut out, and I have a seam allowance of 1/2 inch around the edges. And with the leftovers, what I'm going to do with that and the rest of this material is I'm going to make sort of like a quilt circle front, but I'm going to do that another day. So today I'm just going to focus on this one. All right, so pro tip, sewing and making patterns involves a lot of math. Who knew? I did. But anyway, the point is that I already did the math once, so I didn't need to do it again. So what I did is I just pinned the edges to the back that I want, and I measured how much I will need the overlap to be in the cutoff, and therefore I just cut all around and I get 2 pieces for the back, and that's it. Is it 100% accurate? This is not going in a store. It's not going to be sold. It's for me. As long as it looks cute in the end, who cares? All right, I finished cutting out the pieces, so now I have to hem the bottom edges. That would be the straight line, and then once I'm done with that, I just put it together and sew all around the circle. Okay. To the ironing board. All right, they're both hemmed, so now it's time to run it through my sewing machine. All right, so I marked my stitch line. So using the circle method, I traced a whole nother circle going in about 1/2 inch. And so I can just stitch along that line to put them together. All right, it is sewn together. So here's the front and then here's the back. Whoop. And then it needs to be ironed, and I think I can do maybe a 1/4 inch top stitch just to seal it. If not, then I need to go inside and seal the edges by folding it over and doing a running stitch. So we'll see, but either way, let's look at this later when it's completely finished on the bed. All right, here we are. I ended up doing a 1/4 inch top stitch around the edges, and I think it gives it just the tiniest cute little ruffle and helps keep it in nice and tight and firm. Oh, I'm so proud. Isn't this just the cutest? All right. I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it's so cute. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it, but I'm really happy because doing something and not worrying about perfection just really gets you out of that rut where you're just obsessing over something and it doesn't feel good enough. So hey, word of advice, if you're ever stuck in a rut, in a creative rut, just try and do something else for fun that's just for you, that doesn't have to be perfect, and the entire time you can just tell yourself, yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. And practicing those muscles really helps you get back into a peaceful state of mind, So, all right, that's it for today. I try and put out new videos every new and full moon, and I hope you'll be here next time.